Hello and welcome to the channel of Young Monkeys Open Source. Today I'll be showing you the strat test for our EzyFox server. You will see how little memory that our EzyFox server is gonna consume. So okay, without further ado, let's begin. So first of all, I want to show you the VPS I'll be using in the strat test. So I have registered for the minimum size VPS on the digitalocean.com. So here's my VPS. It has 1 GB RAM and it has 1 core CPU. And I'm running Ubuntu 18.04 in this VPS. Alright, let's connect to our VPS using the /h. Okay. Alright, and now I'm gonna run the EzyFox server on my VPS. So to monitor the resources consumptions in our VPS, we need to run the debug service bash script. So I'll run it. Right. Okay, the process ID for the EzyFox server instance is written to the runtime PID file. Okay. So I'll use the visual VM to monitor the resources consumption on my VPS. Alright, here is my IP address. I can create a JMX connection with the port 1099 with the security credential, root, password. And we don't need to use the SSL connection in this strat test. Alright, let's open the monitor tab. And from this screen, we can see, so in the top left corner is how much CPU is consumed, and from the top right corner it shows how much RAM is consumed in our VPS. So you can see before performing the strat test, so my VPS is using about 16 to 18 megabytes of RAM, and the CPU usage is about 2%. Okay, and we can also see how many threads is used in the bottom right corner. Alright, so now I can open the strat test script and run. But before that, so you can check out this repo. The link will be provided in the description. So there are some EzyFox server examples in this repo. So the one that I would like to use today is the message strat test. Okay, I have already downloaded it, and let's open it in the IntelliJ IDE. Okay, so let's close it. So here we have 3 strat tests. First one is TCP, second one is UDP, and the last one is the WebSocket strat test. So let's open the WebSocket strat test.java. Okay. So you can see I have already input the VPS IP address here. And here is the client count. We can specify how many clients will be sending messages to our server. So first I will want to test with 300 concurrent users. Okay. And okay, let's run it. So basically, let's open the socket setup and the access appender. So basically, for each of 300 clients, each of them will continuously send messages to our server for every 5 seconds. So 300 user will be continuously sending message to our servers. All right, let's check the visual VM. You can see the use heap suddenly increase, but not very much. So the CPU usage is also increasing, and the use is about 30% for now. So here is the result after 17 minutes uptime. So the EzyFox server only consumed the maximum amount of less than 29 megabytes memory. Also, the CPU usage was very slow, only about 24%. So to have a better feel of how small 29 megabytes memory is, we can compare with my current Google Chrome, which okay, so my current Google Chrome already takes up over 200 megabytes RAM in my computer with only 2 opened tabs. You can see, so 29 megabytes of memory is very small. And then when we increase to 500 WebSockets CCUs, so of course the amount of RAM consumption will increase as well, but the absolute amount is still very small. So you can see it is less than 52 megabytes. Okay, and for the next test, we use 500 TCP clients, and you can see the point around here, like the time is 2:53 p.m. So this time is when we started the stress test. Before that, we run the server only. So the memory usage didn't increase much after that. So it took only about 20 megabytes on average of our memory. And for the CPU usage, it fluctuated around 35%, so which are very small amount. And so in the final test, I'll be using 500 concurrent UDP clients. And so you can see this point, this is when the test started. And same as before, the amount of RAM usage is very small. So it was less than 35 megabytes. All right, so now let's imagine you have 500,000 users with 10,000 monthly active users, and 20 of them are 2,000 daily active users. So for every moment, the number of concurrent users is about 400 CCU. So you can see with a very quick VPS, so my VPS has only 1 gigabyte of RAM and 1 core CPU. The EzyFox server can even handle very large number of users for you. And if you are startup businesses, our open source ecosystem is a really good choice to save your money. And if you want to give our EzyFox server a try, please visit our GitHub. And so here is the main repo, EzyFox server, and the link will be provided in the description. And if you find this repo, this ecosystem useful, please give it a star on our GitHub and thumbs up this video and subscribe to this channel for more tutorial videos. Thank you. Cheers.